Hey guys, Rockingtheblade here once again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my spoiler-free review of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So, how was it? And my feelings in terms of like how I feel about 3D animation, and I did a whole video about it. Long story short, I feel like there's so much 3D animation out in the world, and there's not enough love shown to 2D. Even though, again, I don't hate 3D animation by any means. Recent examples, look at Inside Out 2 and Moana 2, because of like how, and Into the Wild, and there's are examples like beautiful animation done with 3D, and it not only make money as it does, but it can be beautifully done and show that it is artistic. It's nothing wrong with using it, but it's an art that's overused compared to the 2D. The last one I can remember was this Lord of the Rings one that came out, but it was so non-promoted that kind of bothered the box office due to lack of promotion. Back in 2020 when Demon Slayer, the first Demon Slayer movie came out, it profited. In fact, it was only number 2 in the box office behind Mortal Kombat, but the Mortal Kombat movie, but it was like really, really close. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So go show that if you promote it right, 2D animation can make some serious bank. That, of course, Dragon Ball Z movies prove that as well. But that's not why we're here. We're here to wonder that you're here for my spoiler-free review of whether or not Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is worth watching. Ultimately, yes. Despite the 3D animation, it's not cheap. No, most of the time it can be stiff at times, but it's not cheap. It's very, very beautifully done. Very beautifully done. And I like it's weird. It's done in like a 60s art style, but it's not. If you understand what I'm saying, it reminds me of like Steve Ditko, who's the creator, who's the artist for Spider-Man, the first artist for Spider-Man. It reminds me of Steve's work, but done in modern times, because it has that 60s. It takes place in modern times, but it has that 60s aesthetic to it. It's hard to explain until you see it. I know it sounds like what the. It sounds like I'm saying a word salad, like RTB. What do you mean? It's one of those things that when you see it, as if you're a big Spider-Man, if you know your history of Spider-Man like I do, when you see it, like, oh, okay, I see what you mean. It's one of those. So you guys see it, but it has that 60s kind of like art style to it. It's on in modern times, but it's done really well. It's beautifully done, and I love the actors. I love the voice actor who plays Peter Parker, Norman and Harry Osborn. They play a big part in Peter's story. I like the first villain they chose for Spider-Man. That's a villain you don't see a lot other than in the video games. Honestly, I think the first time since probably like the Spider-Man 90s animated series where he had like a big role and was used for something, because this particular character, which I won't spoil who it is, this particular villain you haven't really seen in a while, other than like I said, I mentioned before, other than other animated in other fashions of like Spider-Man's animated histories, because like he's kind of like forgotten. Even though he's a cool villain, and shows like, oh yeah, he can be cool, but rather deadly. Also, it showed nods to other villains as well and their origins and how they kind of got started and how they came the way they become. Even though there's one overarching villain in this season, they show hints towards. They show other ones. I won't tell you who to keep the surprise, but there's some other ones like ooh. So and other ones of like origins of other ones that it hint towards. And each character you see is based from a comic series, and there's a nice twist. Especially in the last episode. Last episode has some nice twist. Like, oh, I know that character was connected to this person. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, again, when you see it, you're like, oh, okay. And it's just, it's beautifully animated. It's well acted. It's surprisingly funny at times. Well done, put together series. It's just so well done. It's an Elseworld story that kind of takes place in the MCU currently, but not really. It's one of the, again, when you see, because it mentions stuff that happened in the MCU, but it's not the Spider-Man from that universe, and that makes sense. So I think it's like it mentions things, but it's different. I guess it's like a Elseworld story or multiverse story of Spider-Man, but still, it's well put together. It's beautiful. It's funny, well crafted. Action is nicely well paced. It is a good solid 10 episodes of this season, and it did really well. And I heard last I heard it's going to get like I think 2 more seasons, and it's worth it. It's really worth it. It's a well together done put together show, and it's also a good show for kids too. So really, it's good to watch for kids, and it's a fun Spider-Man show. It's really fun. I really liked it. It's been one of the best Spider-Man shows I've seen in a while. I had a good time with it. I never felt bored, and I never skipped the intro because even the intro always shows something new at the very end. So it really worth not to go support. By the way, I love the intro song. It's kind of a rap song, but still, it's really well done and catchy, and it's also worth not skipping the intro because the end of the intro it shows like a comic, the cool like comic book cover. So you see the comics, you see the comic stores. It shows like a different comic book cover, but each one is different. It's never the same, and it actually tells the comic covers focus on the topic of the episode that it shows the cover of what the episode is going to be about. So it's very 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 cool. So it never makes you never want to skip the intro, which you won't want to anyway because the song is catchy as hell. I mean, it's not as catchy as the X-Men one, but still, it's gonna catch on. It's very fun overall. If you want a fun Spider-Man show to put on for your kids, you can't do no worse than this. For anyone, Spider-Man is definitely a thumbs up for me. But what do you think? Do you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed my review. As always, please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. As always, Rockingtheblade signing out. Hope to see you guys again real soon. Peace out. Have a great day.